Queen of Pentacles. She's a hard-working woman, kind of a motherly figure. She's natural. She's nature. She's money-orientated, businesswoman, that kind of a thing. She's the all-American kind of girl, or all-Canadian kind of a girl. Very nature, natural person. Her home is usually kept well. Her family is usually loved well, and she prides herself in a good home. Okay, that normally this woman is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But when we're speaking about Cancer, this could also represent her personality. It could actually represent the Cancer's personality, which makes sense when we consider the Cancer being very much a home person, homey person. Okay, I'll just make sure that's in the. There we go. Now I do see things to do with money and foundation. So it's telling me to tell you to be mindful of where you put your money around where you live. Be mindful where you put your money around your business, because you don't want to put too much into it. So it just tells me to tell you, don't invest too much too quickly. So it's not like you know, if you had $100,000 to invest in something, only invest 70. Just so you keep a little bit back, just so in case there's a couple of problems along the way. Okay? Just be mindful of that. Ace of Swords in reverse. The other thing that represents, that being a double-edged sword, you could easily cut into your situation too hard. So be careful of the boundaries that you put out, because some boundaries can stop you from evolving. Some boundaries can actually interfere with the flow of your ideas or your plan. So be willing to, you know, readjust those lines, those boundaries. Just be willing to do that. And if you think something or someone isn't telling you the whole truth, you're probably right. So I got to say that on that subject, I wouldn't necessarily tell them that you think they're lying. I wouldn't necessarily tell anyone. I would just be watchful. I would be mindful. And I'd be paying attention to every single thing that is being said and done. Five of Swords comes into here, and it says there might be some disputes. Could be a few arguments. This is why I'm saying be mindful of how you say that, because it could be some. We could call them debates, but I'm going to say that it's an all-out battle of some sort, and you may win. You very much may win, but you don't feel good about the win, because there's still, you know, you didn't make friends with that person because you were fighting with them. So even though you may have made your point, even though you may be correct, even though all of those things, it still doesn't feel good when you're fighting with someone you care about, or when you're fighting with someone that matters, or when you're fighting with someone that could affect your life. So be careful with that. Just be careful how you share what you're thinking. That's why I'm telling you to try to keep this to yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a battle. Don't want to see that happen. Be better for you to sort of, not to be manipulative, but to be mindful enough that you can alter the outcome with strategic planning. Okay? Now, if I had to give this a yes or no, whatever your subject here is, it's a yes. It's definitely a yes. You're going to get what you want, but you've got to be careful how you wield that sword. That's all. Okay? Now, as far as love goes, let's see what love has for you. Ooh, well, that looks good. I'm glad to say. That looks good. Tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and beautiful. That sultry vibration is coming in. I really do like this card. It is someone who is educated, someone who is loyal, kind, hardworking, and cozy, cuddly kind of person. Sexual energy. Lots of sexual energy there. That is, you got to be mindful, because if you end up in an argument with someone, it could affect your finances. It could even be that you have an argument with someone at work and then you end up getting dumped. So please be careful with that. Just be careful with that. The other thing it could represent is if you're arguing with a partner and then you break up. Ten of Swords means you're going to be stressed out. Be careful, because stress can cause other problems. Maybe you're not paying attention and then you get yourself a cold or something like that. Please be careful of everything you're doing. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're staying away from other people who aren't feeling well. But I can tell you this, it's not a serious illness, whatever it is. I could be more stress related. And it does say that the sun shines, the horizon comes, not to worry.